The lights of the stage were blinding, and the audience buzzed with anticipation. The talent show had already seen singers, dancers, and performers of all kinds. But when a thin boy in an oversized shirt and worn-out slippers walked nervously onto the stage, whispers filled the room. He looked far too ordinary, even fragile. The judges exchanged glances, wondering if he was ready for such a big moment. Little did they know they were about to witness something unforgettable. His name was Miguel, a 12-year-old boy from a small fishing village in the Philippines. He grew up in poverty, his home nothing more than a wooden hut with a leaky roof. Nights were often spent hungry, days filled with hard work helping his mother sell fish by the roadside. Yet through all the hardship, one thing gave him hope: music. His father, who had passed away when Miguel was very young, had once been a guitarist. The only memory Miguel had of him was an old guitar with broken strings. That guitar became Miguel's greatest treasure. Every evening after chores, Miguel would sit by the sea, strumming gently, teaching himself to play. He didn't have lessons, he didn't have money, but he had passion. The waves became his audience, the stars his stage lights. His mother often told him, "Your father would be proud. Music runs in your blood." Those words carried him through the darkest nights when his stomach ached from hunger. When he heard about a local talent competition, Miguel's heart raced. The prize money could help fix their roof and buy food, but more than that, it was a chance to prove himself. With trembling hands he signed up. The problem was, he had no proper clothes, no polished shoes, and his guitar looked as tired as he did. Some laughed at him during auditions, saying he didn't belong. But Miguel pushed forward, whispering to himself, "For Mama. For Papa." The day of the competition arrived. Backstage, other contestants rehearsed with shiny instruments, fancy microphones, and confident voices. Miguel sat quietly, clutching his old guitar, fear swirling in his chest. "Maybe I'm not good enough," he thought. But then he remembered his mother's tearful smile, that morning when she kissed his forehead. "Sing from your heart, Anak. That is enough." When it was his turn, Miguel stepped onto the stage, his heart pounding so loud he thought the microphone would catch it. The judges eyed him skeptically. One leaned forward and asked gently, "What will you be performing for us today?" Miguel swallowed hard and replied softly, "Hotel California." Some in the audience chuckled. Such a legendary song was too big for a poor boy with a shaky voice. But Miguel closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and began. The first notes were quiet, fragile. But within seconds, something magical happened. His voice, though young, carried a raw emotion that silenced the room. Each word was filled with longing, with sorrow, with dreams too big for his small frame. His fingers, though calloused from work, danced over the strings with surprising grace. It wasn't just a performance. It was a story, his story, woven into every note. As the chorus rose, Miguel poured out his soul. His voice cracked slightly, but that only made it more real. The audience leaned in, captivated. The judges, who had expected little, now stared wide-eyed, their expressions softening with each line. One judge placed a hand over her heart, her eyes glistening. Another whispered, This is extraordinary." By the time Miguel reached the final verse, the entire hall was silent except for his voice and the gentle strumming of his guitar. And when the last note lingered in the air, there was a moment of stillness, as if no one dared breathe. Then, the hall erupted in applause. People stood, clapping, cheering, some wiping away tears. The judges, overcome with emotion, rose to their feet. One of them, tears streaming down her face, said into the microphone, "Miguel, you reminded us tonight why music is the language of the soul." Miguel's hands shook as he stepped back, overwhelmed. He had never seen such applause, never heard strangers cheer his name. Backstage, his mother rushed to him, embracing him tightly, whispering, "You did it, Anak. You showed them who you are." In the days that followed, the video of his performance spread across social media like wildfire. Millions watched the poor Filipino boy with the broken guitar sing a song that touched hearts across the world. Comments poured in. "This boy is a star. I cried listening to him. Talent like this is a gift from God." Miguel and his mother, once struggling in silence, now had hope shining brightly before them. The judges didn't just give him a standing ovation. They gave him a golden ticket to the finals. And when he returned to that stage weeks later, he wasn't just the poor boy in slippers. He was Miguel, the boy who proved that talent, heart, and courage matter more than money or appearance. His journey became a message for millions. No matter where you come from, no matter how poor or overlooked, your voice matters. Dreams are not only for the wealthy. They belong to anyone brave enough to chase them. Miguel's song was more than music. It was proof that even in the darkest corners, light can shine. By the end, the world didn't just see a boy in tattered clothes. They saw a star born out of hardship. A boy who carried the spirit of his father and the love of his mother in every note he sang. And for the rest of his life, whenever he picked up that old guitar, he knew his music could change the world.